Hello, Instructor Albright and fellow classmates. One of the things I remember from my childhood is the way that my parents disciplined me, as probably many of us do. And it was mostly my dad's job to do the disciplining. And I lost my dad when I was 12 years old in 1997. And I can remember a time he got on to me. It was a time when us boys got got hungry and tried to sneak some food. I grew up with six brothers and one sister, so there's eight of us. So you can imagine at dinner time how the food can go pretty quick if you're not fast enough at the dinner table. We would be up in our rooms. Our room was built into the attic. Our dad was a phenomenal carpenter, and having so many kids, he found a way to expand our living space by turning the attic into two rooms. And the room was just above the kitchen. And one night, a couple of my older brothers got a little hungry, and so did the rest of us. And with the bedrooms being built over the kitchen, there was about an eight by six vent that connected that bedroom to the kitchen, just over the stove. But then you had two layers of cabinets. You had a cabinet, and then the countertop, and then in the stove, in the kitchen, and the icebox, and everything. And we got hungry, and we've done this a couple of times. But what my older brothers has figured out is if you remove that vent and convince somebody that was small enough, which turned out to be myself, only for the fact that my brother spun it in such a way that I was hooked. I was like, yeah, I can do it. He called it being like a mouse, minna like a mouse, and that's what we called it. So we would remove that vent, and my rule was if my head can fit, my body can fit. So I stuck my head down in there, and I could fit, and I would get hoisted down. So I'd get hoisted down onto the top cabinet, and then open the cabinet door, and then use the shelves in that cabinet to climb down, and then get onto the top counter, and then jump down. And if it was simple stuff, grabbing an apple, just something off the counter, it was pretty easy. But if you had to get in through there and get some really intricate foods like making peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you could get a little noisy. Though my parents were deaf, my dad could really feel vibrations, and he would feel the vibration. One day he felt the vibration, and he come around the corner and got around the window, the door sill, and he was just looking out and looking past that door sill, and he see me scurrying around in the kitchen like a mouse, and then he let me get a couple things together. And typically, what I would do is I would get a couple things together and pass them up through the vent, and then just hold my arms up, and our brothers would lift me back up through there, and then we would snack on what I've pilfered out of the kitchen. This particular time, he waited for a second, and I don't know if I was at a point where I was about to go up, or I just can remember him in his loudest voice saying, "I caught you, boys! Go bed!" And I remember shooting up that cabinet and scurrying up, and then holding my arms up. My brothers pulled me up through there real fast, and other time I don't know if he just thought it was so funny watching me climb up, but other times I would have really been in trouble. But he didn't even come up after that. But just the way he yelled at me, I was just grateful that there was no other repercussions from that. But I made him minute a couple more times. But I remember that about my dad, and him yelling at me that my adrenaline just shot me up that cabinet so fast. And I hope that many of you have good memories of your parents, and thank you for your time.